see the light.
Hmm?
Oh, fuck.
Blinded by the light.
And welcome! There we go. That was the perfect intro. There we go.
Yeah.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Where the hell am I getting all these sounds from?
Speakers, computer.
Your face.
In my ear holes.
There you go. See, ear holes do it.
Alright, well there's gotta be like a spawner or something around here somewhere.
We wouldn't be background noise without background noise, right?
Yeah, I got
Holy
mine.
Oh,
shit!
fuck.
Holy shit!
What?
They're like... Where did all those zombies just come from?
So did you hear all... Did you find all the noise?
Where did they come from? I just went down this little hallway, turned around, and there were like 6 zombies that followed behind me.
Conga line.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey, dun, 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 dun.
Creeper. Creeper. Boink.
All right. So, what was the first video game you can remember playing? Like the very first.
Gyromite?
Please explain.
Gyromite? Yeah.
Gyromite with Robbie the Robot for the original Nintendo Entertainment System.
Oh. See, I never knew much about Robbie the Robot.
I think that was the name of it.
Was he Robbie? Was that his name? I don't
May
remember.
not have been.
No, I thought he was. Right? Oh, there we go. Mine was some frigging DOS game. It was some sort of rescue game or something like that.
Zork?
No, it was like Eddie's Rescue or something like Rescue Adventure. I sucked really bad at it, and it was some sort of platformer. I blew so bad. It was so pathetic, but I played the shit out of it. It was the game on one floppy and DOS on another. That's how far back I go with computers.
And look how far we've come.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I mean, like I was mentioning earlier about that Atari like desktop thing. Like, yeah, it had that like really basic kind of flight simulator sort of thing, but I wouldn't really consider that like my first game because I don't even know what it was called. But at least as far as like a console goes, was probably like either like Mario or like Duck Hunt, like Super Mario Brothers or Duck Hunt with the orange blaster.
Ah, okay. Yeah, for console, I don't even remember what my first console game would have been because my grandparents bought a Genesis, and it had the Master System converter on it, and that thing had a Duck Hunt on it, and it was weird. It was just a weird game because you didn't just hunt ducks; you hunted like blimps and shit.
What? Was it
Yeah.
was it like a Duck Hunt clone or something?
Kind of, but it was really bad. I just remember that it being really disturbing.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it was kind of a fucked up game, but it was fun. I mean, once in a while you could visibly see the screen flash, 'cause that's how those
Oh.
things work.
Yeah, for the feedback with the gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I should go. I'll parallel you.
Found another spawner.
Wow, this area is rich in them.
Iron horse armor, a cat record.
All right.
You can have potato.
Oh,
I'm a
come
potato.
on.
There's a saddle.
Oh,
There's
that's
a name
nice.
tag. Sweet.
Yeah. Let me see. Like the Sega, the only like blaster gun game that I remember on the Sega playing was, I didn't own it. It was actually like at my uncle's house. It was like, what was it, Hogan's Alley or something like that?
Sweet. I remember Hogan's Alley.
The one where you like shot the people out of the windows
Yeah.
of the buildings. Yeah.
It was like a western shoot 'em up.
Yeah. I just remember, like, I liked the blaster on the Sega a lot better than the NES because, like, it just looked cooler, and it had like a red light that would light up when you shot it and stuff. So it was all like looked cool, but it's completely pointless.
I don't know, I always preferred just the Sega stuff in general. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because the consoles looked a little bit more slick.
Oh, well, yeah, that's definitely true. Because, the Genesis was pretty much the Super Nintendo's competitor.
Right, yeah, because
Yeah,
they're
they were
both
both
16.
16
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
Genesis was true 16. Ben Heck actually just did a show on them, comparing them. Even though like it showed that the Genesis was faster, the Super Nintendo was just better at most things. Like it had more memory and shit like that. Oh,
Oh, okay.
I came out onto a spot that's not friendly. Okay. But yeah, I always preferred that kind of stuff, and then the PC just kind of took over, and it's like, yeah, this is always better now.
Yeah.
How about that? What's everyone's first PC game?
That's a good one. Like modern PC,
Anything.
or like, cause like I remember playing stuff like Oregon Trail, and
Oh, yeah. On like an Apple II with a green and black screen.
yeah, buddy. Or what was it? Math Blasters.
Oh yeah, back when you were forced to do like intelligent
Or
things in
math-
school.
Or not what was the other one? There was Math Blasters and Math Munchers.
Oh
Oh.
yeah.
The little green frog alien looking dudes.
Yeah, they were like kind of creepy.
Yes.
I remember that kind of shit. Yes.
I had a, what did I... Well, yeah, I mean, obviously I had, like, the whole Oregon Trail thing, on the, like, old Apple IIs with the green and black screen. Didn't those, like, screens have, like, mesh on top of them, and people would always tear the mesh off of them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never understood that.
I guess I've never seen one that didn't have that torn off then.
Yeah, like, they always had, like a very fine, like, almost, like, nylon mesh. Like a stocking or something. It was really weird.
I just remember
But-
playing Oregon Trail and all that on the green screens in middle school. And it's sort of like, oh, the goddamn floppy isn't like seated properly or something like that, and then
Right,
eject
big-
it and put it back
The
out.
big drives with the big, huge, like, button on the front to, like, clunk, to let you know it was in.
Yeah, the 5 1/4 inch.
Oh man, yeah, that was elementary school for me. I guess when we messed around with that up at.
Oh yeah, you're right
my
because
elementary school.
because it was upstairs for us. All right, so
But-
what's the first like semi like 3D game for everybody?
Jesus, probably on an actual PC
PC.
would be. Oh my god. Uh,
I remember the first game that I actually had to spend money on a video card for was LucasArts X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
Ooh.
man.
All right, that was a damn good one. All right.
That and what was the other one that was like I couldn't. There were two that I bought, and because at the time I really didn't know anything about computer stuff, I was interested in it, but I didn't realize that like you may have to buy extra parts to get it to work right. Yeah, I bought X-Wing versus TIE Fighter and something else. I can't remember what it was. But I got it home and then it was like I couldn't play it because of the video card because I didn't have it.
Worst. Oh man.
Learned that one the hard way.
Yeah, if we're talking like back in my Macintosh days on the original Quadra 610, I mean.
All right, I think I need to cut this area right now. Then
Come on.
we're talking PC. Come on now.
Hey, come on! I was playing SimCity 2000.
Yeah, it's time to cut.
But no, I probably like legit PC was probably like I think my dad had brought like an old machine home from work or something, and it was probably the original Doom.
Yeah.
was I think probably my first like real experience to a 3D type modern-ish game.
I think mine was like I think mine was like Duke Nukem
Yes.
because it was one of those. This is weird and awesome at the same time. I love every moment of it.
Wildly inappropriate and wonderful.
Yeah, that game just kicks so much ass. And then everything else could not. Every expansion really couldn't live up for that one.
Oh man.
You guys ever played any of the Leisure Suit Larry games?
No. I watched some dudes on YouTube play it like more like recently, just because I'd never seen it, and I'm like, oh my god, these were legit made.
Yes.
I forget who the publisher was of those games.
Sierra.
Yes. There you go.
See, and there's like a weird relationship. Sierra, like published some really good games, and then weren't they like complete pricks?
Something happened, yeah, and I believe the company basically went bankrupt.
Because they published the first Half-Life too.
Oh.
So we're like, you guys were kind of awesome, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, what the hell happened?
Yeah, no, Sierra did like Space Quest, Police Quest, King's Quest,
Man, what the hell happened to them?
all the Leisure Suit Larry games.
Huh.
Anyway, that's a shame too when you see that kind of shit happen. All right, so I'm gonna get like really geeky and technical. First video cards. First video cards that people remember putting in.
I remember I don't remember what model it was, but that one that I had to buy, it was a Diamond Monster. I don't remember the model. But I want to say it was like an 8 megs of RAM graphics card.
Oh man. And there's another company. Like, what happened to Diamond? Because are they still around?
That's a good question. I think I've seen some stuff, like some generic, whether it be sound cards or video cards. They might still be around, but I don't know.
Skelly. Oh. Yeah, that's an interesting question for me, because obviously, wall socket, my past.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Well, I mean, hey, you can't completely blame me with my, my mother being within the graphics type industry at the time. That's why we had an Apple at home.
We can still blame you for using Macs, though. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
The lone designer always gets the crap.
Oh, hello, zombies.
But like, jeez. I mean, the first card I ever screwed around with was obviously that machine that the SG80 that you had given me with
Right,
the
okay.
6800 in it.
Oh, and I completely forgot that it had a 6800 in it.
Yes, a 6800 GTX.
I think just a GT, because...
Yeah, I think it was a GT. So yeah, like that, and then the only thing past that now is just the 650 that I have now.
Which that card's been really damn good to you.
Yeah, no, I can't complain, because I bought it because it was super cheap. It was just over $100. Because when I was building this machine, I wanted to keep it relatively inexpensive, because at the time, it was had my kid and everything, and it was I don't have huge bankrolls to go spending on these machines and stuff, and I'm it's not gonna need to be anything crazy, so whatever. A little 650 GT, good to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's super teeny tiny, so it's like it's a little cute thing.
Yeah, a home theater
It's-
card
it's
essentially.
It's like what? Like it's like an 8-inch card or something like that. It's so tiny, it cracks me up.
Yeah, they're perfect cards.
And yeah, now they're like what? They're like $80 or something like that now. Like that just cracks me up. Like, you know, not too many years ago, I remember, you know, thinking about how so many machines, especially like higher end, like, you know, Macs, like video machines and stuff, and they'd have these like, you know, NVIDIA or ATI cards, and ooh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
And like now you look back to those cards, and they're like, you know, they're cards you can get now for like $20. And it's
Oh yeah, absolutely.
how it's amazing how this stuff progresses along like that.
Well, even some of the cards that I've gotten in the past, I look back on them and sort of like, what the hell was I thinking? Because like one of the first cards that I ever got was of a Voodoo 3, I think.
I was gonna say, I was wondering when Voodoo was gonna come up.
Yeah, Voodoo FX.
Yup. I mean, and I love that card. It was an awesome card. I couldn't ask any more of it. And then they went out. It's like, shit, that card was so great. I loved it. Anything that you threw at it, it was great. And then they went bankrupt. It's like, well, okay. And then I switched over to... I mean, there was a couple cards in the meantime. I think I may have had a couple cards, and then I got the 8800 GTX. And that thing was my staple card for generations. I mean, that thing went through so many different computers.
That thing was the business for a long time.
Yeah, like a ridiculous amount of time.
And is that original card that you had still around putting in work?
No, I had to take off the water cooling off of that thing, and it just pissed it off. I think it has such a bow on it now. I don't think I could ever get that thing like into the original cooler anymore.
Right. Oh man.
And that's why I'm running the 8800 GT now. So, and that's another one. I mean, the 8800 series nowadays horribly outpowered. But I mean, right now I can't bitch. Granted, I mean, if I ever want to do anything good, it will keel over and cry a little bit, but...
Alright, let's see, what could we go to, like, play off on that? Like, CPU speed of first machine.
233. Because my first machine was a 233 Pentium. That was an MMX.
Jeez. I remember being a freshman in high school and actually taking my computer to a shop to have them upgrade the motherboard to an original Pentium. So I mean, it was an original. I guess it was a 486.
Man, I love those things. And those are machines that, like, you know, if anything ever happens to the world, those wings will still survive.
Yeah, that was the machine I used to dial into CompuServe on.
Oh god, CompuServe, holy shit.
Yeah, buddy.
Way back when.
CompuServe and/or Prodigy.
Jeez.
God, I was rocking Earthlink.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, at least the...
Right here. You, right here. Go down. I left those for you.
Wait, go down, excuse me.
Go down. Go down. Stay right there. Look up. No. Go down. Go down the
Look into
hole.
my eyes when you're down there.
I don't want to do it.
Go down the hole.
He makes me do things.
You didn't even get the diamonds. There's still more down there. What the fuck?
Well, I didn't know if you were...
If you're doing it for diamonds, then.
Yeah.
Diamonds on my neck. No, I didn't know if you were digging them up with the silk touch or not.
Yeah, you want me to get them for you? Here.
Sure.
There you go.
Thank you. Like, yeah, so let me see. The Quadra 610 that my parents bought back in '95 had a 25 megahertz Motorola CPU in it. So that was powerful enough to do like Mario Teaches Typing and SimCity 2000, and that's about it. Though
Yep.
that machine had a CD-ROM drive,
Ooh,
2x.
careful now.
2x, and you had to load it in the little tray, which was a separate item that you then slid into the CD drive.
That's some
So-
badassery right there.
Yeah, like it actually had like this separate, like external little tray with a clear plastic top that hinged open, and yeah, you dropped the disc into it, and then you slid that into the computer. It was crazy, but yeah, then I mean, yeah, you probably are more familiar or remember all the specs from the the SG80. That was like a Pentium 4, I guess. So
Pentium 4 hyper threading.
Hyperthread 3.2
I think it was a 3.0.
or 3. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it
No,
was
I
a
think you're right.
3.0, and it was a 775. Yeah,
Yes.
and I think it only had 4 gigs of memory because it was running DDR, like
Right.
DDR2, because it was expensive as fuck.
And it's so funny because like from me coming from the from the Mac world, like it just the amount of time that thing chugged along and just did whatever I wanted just amazed me. Like I don't know, I just like I couldn't explain it. Like it was just amazing how I was used to always being so locked into this system of oh well, now your computer's being really slow, well, time to go get a new one, and then you just like threw out the old one, or tried to convert everything you saved onto like zip disks onto CDs now, and like
Zip discs.
and, like
All right,
yeah.
number 2. Did you just cringe too?
Dude, I remember when I spec'd out a machine for my freshman year in college. I was like, I need to get a machine with zip disks
100 megabyte.
because it was still back when CD burners were still like $200 or $300,
Oh,
and you could get a zip drive for like 30.
I remember when I was working at a office supply store, and they were getting rid of a flash drive because some customer said it was defective, and it wasn't, and it was 128 megs, and I was like, holy shit, this thing is enormous. How could I ever fill this up? And I use it for college. I use the shit out of it.
Yeah, my flash drive through the majority of my beginning part of college was actually an iPod Shuffle. Yeah, no joke, because like
Yep.
you figure at that time, so we're looking at 2006, I think, or 2005 or 6, I think, and the iPod Shuffle had just come out. So we're talking about like the pack of gum style one, and it was 1 gigabyte. And
man.
like, yeah, like 1 gig, and like most flash drives at the time were maybe 256 megabytes, and like
Right, maybe 512.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
nobody had anything bigger than that. And I just remember all the time, like my professors were all anal about like using CDRWs and like make sure you keep doing the blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like,
How about no?
like I've got a gig of storage, I'm good to go. So yeah, you just turned on like it was like disk sharing or something like that, so you could have like your audio from the iTunes, and yeah, and then you could use the rest of it for file storage, and that's what I did. It was awesome. But yeah, freaking zip disks. I used zips, I think. Jeez, did I use them in? Yes, actually, wait, I did use them in college. So 2003, when I first went to school, I still do remember actually packing my external USB zip drive. I remember packing it up, and God, I'm so glad those days are over with.
We are dating the shit out of ourselves right now.
But then, like, I love this stuff though. That's like, it's like the best part. talking about all this old stuff that used to be awesome.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh
well,
yeah,
you
this
guys are like-
technology.
You guys are like, yeah, back when I was in college in 2006, and I'm like, yeah, I graduated high school in '99.
Oh fuck yeah, that's right.
You old head.
Yeah.
I forgot, we're not the oldest in the group finally. I'm so used to going places and they're like, yeah, you're the oldest one. It's like, shut up, leave me alone.
Yeah, that's why when I was like, yeah, no, the computer that I used to have was a 386 and then a 486 and then I got a Pentium 75. And it's like, yeah, my first computer was a Pentium with MMX. I'm like, yeah, no, I was either graduated high school or I was like a senior in high school. I remembered seeing commercials for the Pentiums with MMX, like the guys dancing around in the hazard suits.
Oh, those were the
yeah.
best.
And then Apple went and parodied it with that like "Burn Baby Burn" commercial, because they were like the G3 was a faster processor than.
Well, isn't that kind of ironic though, because it also ran a hell of a lot hotter too?
Oh god. Yeah. So yeah, and I definitely had experience with it because those. I love the fact that like those other machines that I had, the machines I had with G3s were, let's see, my mom had upgraded the Quadra to a blue and white G3 Apple Tower, which was a 333 megahertz, I believe. Or no, I think it was. And then from the school surplus sale.
Oh god, yes. Oh god.
We bought those ancient already at the time, purple G3 iMacs with tray CD drive, not slot loading.
Yeah, the one with the throwing handle.
Yes.
The bowling Max.
Yes! Yes, that's the best way of putting it.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, though, it's like my brother used that machine as literally like his first like foray into PC gaming with that, because he actually played Diablo 2 on dial-up with that machine. So he did like full 8-person bail runs on this pathetic little machine. And I mean, to its credit, it handled it, but yeah, there were definitely better ways of doing it. But yeah, so that thing was incredibly noisy, and then after that, so then like then the G4 came around in like late 90s, I guess, and then late 90s, early 2000s, I forget exactly when, but like those. What was it? Who made the G series processors? Was that
IBM.
IBM, yeah.
Yep. Because that's the same sort of processor that was in the, what was it, the 360.
I was gonna say, didn't the PS3 have one of them though?
No, that had a cell.
Oh, okay. But yeah, then I got my second awkwardly shaped computer when I went to college. I got that freaking like space shuttle nose cone shaped eMac. That like, the funny thing is, like, I didn't even want that machine. Like, when we went to the Apple store before I was going up to school, going, I'm either going to be an architectural designer or whatever. I'm like, and I wanted a Mac because I knew how to use them, and I wanted the freaking G4 mirror drive door tower because it was at the time pretty boss, and like I just wanted it. But my parents were like, "Rah, rah, rah," and then just bought me the stupid eMac, and I'm like, ugh. And so that thing had like it was literally like a server fan in it that ran at like 100% constantly because the thing was so hot.
Now, we know that Macs aren't and have never been boss. Come on.
For what I was doing, it was fine. But, yeah, no.
They're really easy to image.
I take it you're being sarcastic.
No,
Almost
you
fell
just
in there.
you just slap a disc in and run the overwrite system drive. Fuck. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, where the hell are you at? You're sleeping.
Yeah, he must be like. We're probably so far gone at this point.
Yeah.
I somehow or another ended up all the way over at the Guardian farm.
You motherfucker. I've been trying to like point a semi back.
We should probably think about just trying to surface at some point. And because what are we in a cavern now? This might be our best bet.
Yeah, no, I ended up back at the Guardian farm and was like, fuck it, I'll just run back over to the project area and mindlessly hack away for a little bit.
Dick.
Well, you guys are finding diamonds.
Oh,
and stuff, so
fuck.
that's good.
Ooh, you were almost done for there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tricky. I'm so inexperienced at throwing ender pearls.
Me too.
Ooh, oh, nice.
See? Because I only came up, what, 4 blocks?
Baby steps.
Because I'm also, like, suffocating slowly inside of blocks, too. Alright, now I'm going to start stepping up.
All right, on my way.
Alright, so here's
Oh,
a...
God. Whew. I was stuck in the wall there for a second.
Alright, so here's a random one. Does anyone name their computers? Other than, like, this is my machine. Do they have, like, a proper name?
Yeah, depending on what I'm into at the time.
Okay, so what's your naming scheme?
Okay, well, right now the one that I'm playing, Minecraft on right now is Farnsworth.
Nice. Okay.
Just because it's the most powerful machine that I have. I guess you could say it's the smartest machine. And then I've got my virtual machine that that I use to torrent and Usenet stuff. So because it sucks up a ton of data and basically eats everything, that one's named Nibbler.
Nice. Makes perfect sense. All right.
Oh, man. Well, since I've technically only built one computer, I don't know. You know, I wasn't really sure what I was going to end up naming it, but I pretty much just think I'm naming it, you know, like hex, you know, the hex sign, Octothorpe, whatever, and then just 0000000 for just black, because it's just a black case.
Okay, but that works.
Yeah.
That's distinctly you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a web designer, so I use hex numbers every day.
Yeah, but see, like that works. It's unique.
Yeah. My nice black little Leanne Lee case.
It's better than the case that I just kind of dug out from the attic. That I had to rip off a bunch of shit off of, so. Yeah, and I am all World War II machines. All bombers or tanks. So the one that I'm running right now is the Quickfire, which is short for QF-17 pound for an allied weapon. Because what Roomba runs on is the 88mm flak, which is, I think, at this point, the oldest machine that I have. Yeah.
Yeah, that
she's-
machine's pretty old because I remember when you first started working and we kind of became friends. I remember hearing about the 88.
And you thought, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
No, I just...
This guy must
No.
be nuts. He's naming machines off of after World War II weapons.
I remember seeing the evolution of the 88 from being
Man.
that, what was it, the green case or whatever, and
Yeah.
then the water cooling started happening.
Oh man, I miss the water cooling. Because with the black case that it's in right now, that it was a pretty badass water cooling setup that thing had on it.
Oh yeah.
Eventually, because the Quickfire used to be the B-17, because the the radiator used to float above the case. It's like, oh, it's floating as a bomber. But since then, I've changed my naming scheme. I am sounding completely insane right now. Holy shit.
And I've completely lost you at this point. I don't know where you went.
Start heading east. We need to be.
Okay, still going east.
All right. Number 2. What's your coordinates?
Neg 1238 374.
1274. Okay.
No, not what?
Wait. What was it? Fuck.
Negative 1238 374.
Okay, so we need to go this way. Yeah, because my naming scheme is laptops or aircraft, because that makes sense. And desktops, they float back and forth between, some sort of tank or allied weapon or something like that. So it has a scheme to it, but it's kind of loose at this point.
Yeah, but again, it's it's one of those things where I think we've all kind of basically shown that, or said that we name our machines after what we're into. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's something you're interested in, and it just...
Because what, man, the 88's original parts came from the Intel Experience program that I got into when I was working in that office supply store.
that may or may not keep pieces of paper together.
Correct. That got rid of me because of inappropriate behavior.
What was that store? Paper clips with the "that wasn't so hard" button.
Oh, God. You kick one copier and say it's a pain in the ass, and they get rid of you quick. Do you have thorns on one of those things?
What?
On one of your pieces of armor?
Yes, actually.
What?
Because I noticed that when I hit you, I got hurt. It's like, oh, you dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this probably wraps it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, where are we at? Are we about an hour?
Well, since I started recording like a good ways into our original conversation, I'm up to now 56 minutes.
I'm at 1 hour 16 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, so it wasn't exactly a ranting and caving episode, but I think it's
That's all right.
It was more bullshitting and talking.
I ranted at the end about at paper clips.
Oh, that was a pretty good aiming, just coming down and hitting you like that. I was happy with that. Ooh.
Number 2, outro us. Ow, no, why am I getting picked so much?
This is radio out.
No. Oh, I'm so low on health. Leave me be. Hey-ya! Oh no. Hey, well, at least I don't have to walk back now. Hooray! I'm in my bed.
And on that note,
Yeah.
I guess this is a good place to end it.
Should I teleport him here so we can kill him again?
Oh, come on.
What is it? Is it him, me, or you?
What?
I forget the syntax.
I think it's player to teleport. Nope.
Nope, nope.
You did it all wrong.
I could just go like this.
No.
Oh my.
/kill. You do not have access to that command. Ah! No. This is not fair. This is not fair at all. Ah!
I'm having too much fun with this. Whoop.
Oh, jeez. I get teleported to one place, start getting hit, and teleported to another place, get attacked again. I can't win. Man. Well, that was awesome.
Alright, so I guess we should do an outro.
Mexican standoff.
Excellent standoff.
Who shoots first? No. Oh no.
Ooh!
Ooh.
I hit the ground too hard. I was already on the ground.
Did you fall over here? Oh,
Oh,
God!
That's not fair. Bed right there. Woo. No. Oh god. Now we're really just dicking around. No, leave me be. Stop bringing me back to this hell.
Bring me back to this hell.
Man.
Alright. Woo!
Jesus.
Oh, fuck, oh, damn it, I set my spawn here.
Stuck here.
How much of my crap is broken now?
Just your hat.
Man. Yeah, I'm
Most of it.
getting pretty low.
Alright, someone say something. Someone say something profound.
Well, folks. No, I don't want to steal that.
No. It's been fun.
A ding, ding, ding.
Oh, no. Can't be doing that.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of Ranting and Caving. Until next time, I'm Radio.
This is number 2.
I'm Wallsocket.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Peace. Woo! And there we go.
And oh, okay, never mind.